Today's topic is about human cloning, and it's very important to know about all of drinking blood and eating blood raw meats before proceeding to the other topics for human clones. So that will bring us to the definition of Qorban. Qorban is slaughtering animal, whether goat, sheep, cow, or camel, for the sake of God, as Ibrahim did with his son Ismail at the house of God, Bakka. The purpose is for forgiveness, erasing sins, securing pardon, or winning favor. It's being done annual by Muslims, but the condition varies in other God religions, that's Judaism and Christianity. So we all do the same, as I said. The theory is the blood metaphorically will fall at the place where our Prophet Ibrahim slaughtered his sheep before full on earth, and that was after he finished rounding around Bakka and before starting his journey, walking between the two mountains of Safa and Marwah, ensuring God responds to his prayers, including forgiveness and wiping of his sins. Blood, as collected from Qorban, it becomes a curse, unfortunately. It becomes a devil's spell, and that that God won't respond to, as it would be given to other than God, seeking evils, idols, etc. And that includes drinking blood, shedding blood around places like houses or a place of worship, immersing body parts in blood or clothes. Thus, we said it's forbidden by God, and so once the blood poured and fell on earth, and as the Qorban did ensure, blood has to be cleaned ASAP. If the slaughter was appropriate, as the very beginning, as Ibrahim did, we would guarantee that the Qorban would be dried of blood before we start dividing its meat. And so, if that is not appropriate, then the raw meat would be saturated with the blood, and that would make it a perfect media for bacterial growth. As soon as actually the blood exposed to air, bacteria started to grow in that blood. So another thing, blood by itself, or blood that is in raw meat, or a raw meat itself, still containing the animal DNA. And so the animal or a DNA imprint would be transferred to human, altering its genome. That's why it's advisable to cook raw meat. It's advisable to be dry of blood, and it's forbidden to drink blood. I believe that transfer of energy was minimized if the sacrifice was for the sake of God, and so the energy would be transferred at the very beginning to Bakka before, and so that DNA remained would be having a minimum aura, if null, to affect human genome by eating that raw meat, even if it has a blood, if it's done for sake of God. We do have also the psychosocial stigma of drinking blood and raw meat, and vice versa, the effect of blood and raw meat on psychosocial attributes of a human being. At the end, the blessing and the energy that you are seeking, the changing mind status, the response to your prayers will be attained only in following the command of God, and that is in the merciful and correct way of slaughtering the right animal, the fulfilling criteria for choosing the Qorban, and in distributing its meat between poor and as a gift to the loved one and for you, of course. By this, I hope for everyone to hear the message that medically blood or eating raw blood or bloody meat is forbidden, and it's not good for your health, and please do not do so. Thank you very much for listening, and you have a wonderful night.